Hiya. All right, so you've got a WordPress site and you've got a friend who wants to make a post on it. And you're like, great, I would love for you to make a post on my WordPress site. The question is, how do you give them access? Well, some people will do a thing that I would heavily discourage, which is say, okay, well, I log into my WordPress site by using the username admin and the password whatever it is. And what you'll do is you'll send Susan the email that says, hey Susan, here's how to get into my WordPress site. Username, admin, password, whatever my password is. That's very bad. What you should always do when you have a situation like that is create a new user for Susan. So how do you do that? Well, you just go to users in WordPress and then you click add new. You can either click it from the left sidebar here, or you can click it up here. And then on that new screen, you'll just say the new username will be Susan. And her email is susan@example.com. And then by default, you can kind of just let Susan reset the password on this account. So really, this is all you need to do. But you need to give her a role. If Susan is just going to create a new draft in your WordPress site, you can make her a contributor. If she needs to be able to do a little more, like add images and stuff, I think an author is the right way to go. If Susan is actually going to be editing stuff on your WordPress site, you should make her an editor. But you shouldn't give her an administrator account unless she needs to change your theme and plugins. This is called the principle of least access, and it's a very common rule in security because you want to give Susan enough rights to do what she needs to do, but not as many as she could have. This is the reason that anyone who goes to work for the USDA doesn't get top-level CIA security clearance. You only want people to know what they need to know, have access to what they need to have access to, in order to make sure that they don't do bad things, or their account isn't used for bad things. Because you're giving Susan an account, she could set her password to password. So you want to make her as minimal a risk to you as you could. Obviously, you also don't want Susan to have the password, and that's one of the nice things. By default, WordPress will generate a strong password for this person. You can transfer that via a secure means to her, or she can just go through that I forgot my password flow and create her own password. That's really up to you and how you prefer to do it. But always create a new password for people who you're letting into your WordPress site rather than giving them access to an existing account. And also go in there, and when you've got when you're doing that, look at who else has access to your WordPress site. Look at what level they're at. And if you've got an account, like this test account I don't need, delete the account if you don't need it, if there's nothing in it that's valuable, or make it a subscriber. Like this David account I don't use. I use this admin account, which, by the way, that username is a whole other discussion. But I can make this user, I'm going to actually go back and do it a quick edit way. I'm going to make this user into a subscriber so that account, again, in case someone hacks that password, because who knows what password David used, so that password is as minimal a risk to my site as it can be, and that's a subscriber account by default in WordPress. So that's why and how you make a new user in WordPress. Hopefully it helps you.